Is it time for the Clippers to get out of the Kawhi Leonard business? NBA Today. When Kawhi Leonard first arrived in Los Angeles in 2019, the city was buzzing with anticipation. The Clippers had just landed one of the league's most dominant two-way players, a Finals MVP who was fresh off delivering a championship to the Toronto Raptors. Pairing Kawhi with Paul George was supposed to usher in a new era of Clippers dominance, giving the franchise its best chance ever to win a title. But fast forward to today, and the conversation has taken a dramatic turn. Instead of asking when the Clippers will raise their first banner, people are now asking, is it time for the Clippers to get out of the Kawhi Leonard business? The root of the question lies in availability. Kawhi, while brilliant when healthy, has rarely been consistently available to the Clippers when it mattered most. His load management approach has sparked debates around the league, but the bigger issue has been his injuries. Multiple postseason runs have ended prematurely because Leonard was sidelined. For a franchise that mortgaged its future to acquire him and George, the lack of deep playoff success has been crushing. Fans and analysts are beginning to wonder if the Clippers' championship window has quietly closed before it ever truly opened. Financially, the commitment to Kawhi is enormous. The Clippers have invested heavily in him, not just in terms of salary but also in building a roster designed to maximize his skill set. They moved draft picks, role players, and future flexibility to center everything around Leonard's timeline. But with repeated playoff heartbreaks and a roster now aging around him, the return on investment hasn't matched the expectations. The tough reality is that paying a superstar is easy when they deliver titles. It becomes much harder to justify when the results simply aren't there. There's also the question of culture. Kawhi is known for his quiet, businesslike approach, but the Clippers have struggled to establish a consistent identity during his tenure. Unlike the Lakers, Celtics, or Warriors, the Clippers don't have a long championship pedigree to lean on. They needed Kawhi to be not just a star, but the star who defined the franchise. Instead, the team has found itself constantly adjusting to his absences and unable to build true momentum. For an organization that finally has its own arena in Intuit Dome, the pressure to reset and give fans a new hope is mounting. Of course, moving on from Kawhi isn't a simple decision. Despite the criticism, Leonard remains one of the most unique players in the NBA. When healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor in a way very few others can. For teams on the verge of contention, acquiring Kawhi could be seen as a worthwhile gamble, even with the risk of injury. That potential trade market complicates the Clippers' decision. If they let him go, they could at least retool with assets for the future. If they keep him, they're essentially betting that his health and performance will finally align at the right time. The larger conversation here isn't just about Kawhi, it's about the Clippers' direction as a franchise. They've spent years trying to escape the shadow of being LA's other team. Kawhi was supposed to be the superstar who changed that perception. Instead, the Clippers find themselves at a crossroads, wondering whether holding on is worth the constant frustration. Sometimes, the hardest move for an organization is to admit when it's time to walk away. Ultimately, the decision may come down to how the front office views its timeline. If the Clippers truly believe their championship chances are still alive with Kawhi and George, they'll run it back one more time. But if they acknowledge the writing on the wall, they may take the painful step of moving on. Either way, the question hanging over this season is clear. Are the Clippers ready to get out of the Kawhi Leonard business?